What is going on in the land of wrestling fandom? Just another wrestling podcast. Not that there's 30 million of them already out there. I guess that's our new tagline now, right?
It's been our tagline since day one.
Apparently. J Money alongside.
We need some shirts for that, you know.
We probably should.
Merch.
We can actually make bank off of that.
I know we can sell that merch.
Yeah.
Like Toriano.
J Money alongside the Lady Wolf Killer himself, Gerard the Wolf.
And you know it.
Wow, you actually went with this one.
Well, you said something that was right. You said something that I can agree with.
Of all the introductions I give you, this is the first one you've actually agreed on.
Hey, you were right on that one, though.
You must be in a very good mood today.
Well, I just came from the gym, so I got my swole on, so I'm good today.
Oh, that explains it now.
Yes, you should try it sometimes.
Well, I do, but, I don't know if, I am taller, but obviously you probably have more of the mass, so.
Yes.
So.
I can't lie. I do.
Well, duh. All right, what do you say we kick it off here? Some headlines we have. We can all breathe now. Daniel Bryan has signed his WWE contract extension.
Finally.
Was it a little bit concerning that he may jump ship over to Ring of Honor?
A little bit, but you know what? His wife's just now coming back into things. I don't think he was going to go anywhere.
Yeah.
Like, they're just now doing a program with Miz and Maurice, and she's going to be at that first women's pay-per-view and stuff. Yeah. So he probably was going to stick around.
Yeah.
But the whole thing about wrestling all them different wrestlers like you wanted to was appealing to him. I know it was.
Well, yeah. Yes, so now we can all breathe because I guarantee, because when Daniel Bryan wasn't signing that contract extension, Ring of Honor and New Japan were
waiting
in the wind.
They were waiting in the wind.
Because I guarantee if they would have gotten him, WWE would have sank over WrestleMania weekend. They would have sank, even though it's the 35th anniversary of it. So.
Oh, yeah, but they lost one of their biggest attractions.
Oh, yeah.
It could have hurt their fan attendance because, most of those fans were Daniel Bryan fans.
They would have gotten immense heat from it because it would have costed them ticket sales, merchandise sales, you name it, marketing.
And the Madison Square Garden show would have been even more demand because they sold out. They would have had to make more tickets just to get the Daniel Bryan fans in there.
Well, also too, and we'll get to All In, the Ring of Honor show. It was apparently the largest independent show outside of WWE for the first time ever.
That's good. I'm happy about that.
Yeah.
That's a good alternative to WWE.
Because apparently, they had a lot of very good matches. You had Kenny Omega.
I haven't watched it, but I reviewed it. One of the podcasters I listened to reviewed it, and I hope I can find it somewhere. I don't know if I can.
Yeah.
Eventually, it'll be somewhere where I can view the whole thing.
Cody Rhodes is now the new NWA World Heavyweight Champion.
And that's very
Kenny
good
Omega
for that title. And I'll say something.
Even Chris Jericho showed up.
To promote his wrestling cruise. Yes.
I was very tempted to go on that.
I'm sad that I'm disappointed that's not going to be televised at all.
Yeah.
Maybe somebody will have their phone out.
Well, someone is going to have their phone out for this cruise. I'm actually interested to see how this is going to work.
Maybe if it works, maybe the next one he'll have it filmed. Maybe they'll televise the next one.
Well, it also depends on who's going to be on this cruise because we all know most of the Bullet Club is going to be there.
Yeah.
The Briscoes are going to be there.
Yep.
So I think they have Impact. Ring of Honor. I think they're having a couple of New Japan guys come on. So
it's gonna be different promotions.
Well, plus also too, this is the first one ever.
Oh yeah.
So we don't know if this is gonna be a full-time thing, if it's gonna happen every year, because
it could happen once a year.
Because Chris Jericho has been bouncing around. He has been rumored to go to Impact, even though he did say he would not compete with Vince McMahon. But now it's looking like he is competing with him.
Well, yeah, but here's the thing. Jericho was a guy. He was a New Japan guy back in the day. He was in Japan back when he first started. He was all around. He was in WCW. He wasn't just exclusively a WWE guy. But WWE made him a star.
Yeah.
But his heart and his roots are almost in the independents where he first got his start. So
true.
I can see he's having a lot of fun. He doesn't mind it because that's where his roots are from.
Yeah. All right, next headline. The former World Heavyweight Champion Rey Mysterio says he is still waiting on WWE to give him a return date because he has signed with WWE. He is an extra in the 2K19 video game if you buy it early.
Contract going to be? I know it's going to be like a part-time thing, like John Cena's probably is now.
It may be like
Legends
John Cena's.
No, it wouldn't be a Legends.
It could be a Legends contract.
Legends is for appearances. That's when you make appearances. What am I talking about?
Yeah.
I don't know what they do for it. It has to be a part-time thing. It has to be a Brock Lesnar type deal.
Yeah.
Well, Ray actually will wrestle a little bit more because he was wrestling a ton on the independent. So he'll do it sparingly, but he will do it when they need him.
Yeah. The next one, in an interview with What Culture, WWE's former WWE superstar Dave Bautista, who's Jax in Guardians of the Galaxy.
Yep.
He said that he would in the interview.
Jax or Drax?
Oh no, it's Drax.
Drax.
Is it Drax?
I believe it's Drax. Drax the Destroyer.
Okay, yeah. I need to get caught up on my Marvel movies.
And you need to stop drinking.
Yeah, that too. But now he did say he would like to have one more full-time run in WWE. As you know,
I know he's been asking for it.
He did have it back in 2014, but obviously it didn't go the way that he wanted it because that's when Daniel Bryan
was coming up, so he suffered the most for it.
Yeah, but I will give him this, is that he said he would take the defeat, that he would be the one to lose to Daniel Bryan, which actually shows his character, even though he won because he was supposed to win the WWE World Championship at WrestleMania 30, but the fans revolted. They said, no, this is the guy we want.
Yeah.
And you will get our support if you put this guy in the main event.
Boy, did they did.
Yeah. All right, last headline. The Bullet Club could be heading to WWE together. Cody Rhodes, Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, and Adam Page.
It's been mentioned that Cody doesn't seem like he wants to go back to WWE anytime soon, given his position now with the NWA title.
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't think he wants to go back. I don't think he's in a hurry to go back to WWE anytime soon. But Kenny Omega and the Bucks might go because
the Bucks haven't ruled it out yet. I mean, they said that they would like to have a run in WWE.
But there's also that Madison Square Garden show. I believe they would really would like to be on that show, and the show would benefit from having them on it.
Yeah.
They could always do an extension if their contracts, because all their contracts are coming up. So they could do an extension where they can go ahead and
because all those guys' contracts are up.
Except Marty Scurll. He's not.
Yeah, Marty Scurll doesn't end in January, so he's
locked
kind
in.
of the last one out. But so you could have the entire Bullet Club in there. Maybe do some kind of Bullet Club story, maybe with the Shield, obviously,
or play off of the New Japan thing where the Bullet Club turned on AJ Styles, because AJ still has mentioned at one time, talking about how they turned on him.
Yeah.
You know how he left the company
because Adam Cole, who's in NXT, he's a former Bullet Club member.
Yeah. Who else? Somebody else. And Nakamura was never part of the Bullet Club. You kept saying that. No.
I swear I thought he was.
No,
but
he was part of
not.
Chaos. He was part of Okada's faction, Chaos. He was a member of Chaos.
Oh, okay.
And we have no Chaos guys in WWE besides him.
Yeah.
So I can't think of anybody else that could work. You could put him in whatever you come up with then, but I don't know.
Yeah. All right, that does it for headlines. Let's kick it off with WWE Monday Night Raw. Now, we kicked off the show with Braun Strowman with his new alliance with Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre. I guess Strowman's turned himself heel again.
Yeah. Oh my God, what were they thinking? They screwed up. They effed up a whole good thing right there with Braun. You had a perfectly good baby face, but like the podcaster I listened to said it, they were trying to get Roman over with that Shield thing, and they needed a heel to go against him. So Braun was a sacrificial lamb and turned into a heel. A heel we did not want.
Okay. Do you like Strowman more as a heel or more as a face?
Well, I kind of like him. He's getting moment. I like him. He's more funnier as a baby face.
Well,
he acts more comical.
He's
and
funnier,
stuff.
but again, you
as
still need that vicious side. Yeah,
he's more dangerous as a heel because when he's a heel, he's doing things like turning over trucks. He might turn over your house. Oh God, if they could do that,
that would be pretty cool.
You have to use a lot of CGI for that.
Yeah.
He turned over a semi-truck once. He's turned over an ambulance. Hell, I mean, has he ever turned? He might turn over a tractor for all we know.
I bet he could.
I mean, as the heel Strowman is a lot more vicious, but I was getting used to the babyface Strowman. Yeah. I was getting used to the funny comedy stuff he was doing.
Yeah. Okay, so those three kicked off Monday Night Raw. Now the Shield stormed the ring from how they used to come out.
Yeah.
But then half the locker room came out
to stop them.
That didn't work. So then more of the locker room came out, and apparently those three were arrested.
Yeah,
and they were
that shouldn't be nothing new for Ambrose.
Well, yeah, true. I mean,
I think he's been arrested before on the show.
Well, I mean, he's probably used to it by now, so
he's been arrested probably before.
Yes. So speaking of, I thought that was a good opening segment.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
It created that chaos feel, got the blood pumping a little bit.
Yeah.
Then we kicked off matches with the return of the Bella Twins, who they actually look as good as when they left.
Well, except Brie and that little botch.
Yeah.
That you really could notice that.
Well, yeah.
I'm like,
yeah,
Brie?
but
in her defense, it's been 3 years.
Yeah,
it's been 3 years. It's been a while.
It's been 3 years.
Give her some time.
Yeah, but I'm just saying their in-ring work away from it. It looked pretty good.
There was a spot where Brie almost broke her neck and killed herself.
Yeah,
we saw that where she jumped. I had to rewind it back because I seen it. I'm like, wait, what? Let me see. Ooh, she almost killed herself.
Yeah.
How do these people do these moves and not break their necks when they're doing that topecito out the ring?
Well, they probably trained for it.
Yes, but you can still make a mistake. It's amazing to me because we've seen Sasha do that move so many times. I've seen parts where Sasha looks like she could have broke her neck.
Well, there was one time when she was facing Charlotte, she did that suicide dive, and she basically landed kind of awkwardly. I mean, you saw her whole body almost bend in half, and I'm just like, ooh.
Yeah, because their moves, they do these moves a lot, but I don't know how much they're training and practicing moves before they do them.
Mm.
They're probably some of these moves they probably don't even practice, just do them. But you really need, if you're gonna do moves like that, you really do need to be practicing, especially if they're moves that require you where you can almost land on your head.
Oh yeah,
they need to be practiced because I would not do a move like that unless I know for sure that I can do it. I'll take the risk, but somebody better have a mat down there while I'm training and practicing. Mm-hmm. Then when we do it, you better catch me because I'm not gonna break my neck.
Yeah. Then we saw a new tag team of the glorious Bobby Roode.
Oh my God, they're not doing
nothing.
And
Chad Gable.
They're not doing nothing with those poor guys. I feel bad for them.
Well, the rumor was that Jason Jordan was supposed to be coming back.
He's not coming back because apparently he had more complications or something else. Because I've heard that
because they were supposed to reform American Alpha.
Yeah, but I heard that because of some other stuff going on, they're now teaching him stuff in the back, got him learning different things in the back. So his in-ring career might be kaput.
Might be over.
And that's sad.
Yeah,
I mean,
they defeated the Ascension. So, but I mean, who knows? Maybe this can turn into something.
But let's face it, Bobby Roode been miscast when he first came up. He was a heel the entire time his run in NXT, but they brought him up as a babyface.
Well, because the thing is, because here's the thing. If you think about it, he has one of the most catchiest theme songs in WWE.
Yeah.
Now, if you're gonna turn him heel, you got to give him different theme music. Because if you want him to, because he is kind of like what the NWO was. They were popular heels. So that's what he was. He was a popular heel.
Well, that's what Becky is right now. Oh, wait.
Which we will actually talk about soon.
Becky's a heel? Who?
Alexa Bliss defeated Natalya. Before that, Elias was playing. He was doing a concert again, and when Alexa Bliss came out, did it seem like she was flirting with Elias?
It kind of did. I don't think Buddy Murphy.
She is bad at flirting, isn't she?
Well, it kind of naturally happened with Braun a little bit when you remember the Mixed Match Challenge from last year. It just flowed naturally because they were.
Those two will be teaming up again.
Oh, it flowed naturally with him.
Yeah,
but I don't think Buddy appreciated this one.
Yeah,
and those of you who don't know, her and Buddy Murphy are kind of engaged.
Yeah. Now, the tag titles were supposed to be on the line. It was supposed to be the B Team versus the Revival, but the Revival got attacked by Ziggler and McIntyre, and they ended up winning the tag team titles.
This was some bull right here. This was some bull stint. And you've seen the commercials of bull stint, right?
Stint?
When we had the...
Is that your substitute for saying the BS word?
It might as well be. It was, the election thing with the guy Stint that was running for...
Yeah.
Like, they kept saying bull stint. We ran ads all the time at my job.
Okay. I was wondering. I was like, "Is that your substitute curse word or something?"
It could be a T-shirt if we played our cards right. Hint, hint.
Why are you not doing this right now, dude? You should be writing this stuff down.
I don't have to write it down right now. That was the idea in my head. We'll work out the details later.
Yeah.
But as you were saying,
well, Yeah, so the Attack Revival, Ziggler McIntyre are now tag team champions.
And another thing, all of this is gonna pile on for Baron Corbin at some. I have a theory. Baron Corbin's gonna screw up so much, and Stephanie's allowing it. I don't know if it's gonna happen, but this could be a good storyline. They get so sick and tired of it that some kind of way Shane McMahon gets brought back in to take over and try to corral some of this crap.
You really think so?
It's a possibility. Think about it. Shane would be a better GM than Kurt because Shane won't take mess from Stephanie. Kurt's been made to look weak because of this, but you have Shane. You're gonna have a really good back and forth.
Well, Kurt has been training to get back in the ring again.
And that's the thing. But a GM now you got a heel GM and a heel commissioner, but you could have a babyface GM like Shane, and then have a heel commissioner with like Stephanie, and there's that inner turmoil because he's not gonna take crap from her because he's a McMahon too. He's not gonna take crap.
Yeah.
I'm hoping that I wish that would be a great thing to do, but I know they're not going to do it. But with the way Baron Corbin's doing things, you would think that would be something they would try because Corbin's screwing up things. He let Ziggler and them blatantly attack the Revival. It didn't get in no trouble, and they got in the match, and they took the titles from the B team because they inserted themselves in a situation they shouldn't have been in.
Yeah.
Because this is going to go off the rails. I can only imagine what angle they're going with Corbin because this can only go for so long.
Yeah.
Because it's going off the rails. Something's going to happen. Either the whole locker room revolts against him, or they bring in somebody to deal with him,
or they bring back Kurt Angle.
And yes, but Kurt will be. I don't know. He could be a part. He could be a in-ring performer and a GM. It might not work because they normally don't do that. They either have them do one or the other. They never tried it. I would see if you can even do that. And Kurt might come back, and if he comes back, he deals with Baron Corbin himself. I don't know. He could.
Yeah, true. All right. Now, the Authors of Pain defeated two locals, Keith Thompson and Jimmy James. If you did not see it before the match, Drake, the 205 Live commissioner, Drake Maverick, is now the new manager
for
the Authors of Pain.
Okay. First of all,
is this me, or does this seem like a little comedy thing?
It looked pretty serious.
Yeah.
But the problem is, they had a manager. They had Paul Ellering.
Yeah.
They had a great voice. Drake is good, but not that good on the mic.
Yeah.
Paul Ellering is pretty good on the mic. Ooh, Paul Heyman. That could have been a thing.
He has been rumored to come back and, manage somebody else.
I would switch Drake Maverick out with Paul Heyman.
Yeah.
Because those guys are monsters. Paul Heyman, they'll fit perfectly with Paul.
Oh, yeah.
That would work. You can have him be their manager, and he can really talk those guys up like he does for Brock.
Yeah.
I would do that. If Vince McMahon does anything right in his life, do that.
Yeah.
Vince, do it. I'm begging you.
There you go.
Make it happen.
Then we had the return of Shawn Michaels, talking about the Triple H versus Undertaker match at Super Showdown next month.
Last time
ever, which has been like, I don't know, like 30 other matches.
Well, that's debatable. We're gonna probably get another match. Me and you will be old men, and they'll still be wrestling.
Yeah, they'll still be wrestling. Now the Undertaker came back and he confronted him.
I kept waiting to see attempted super kick and then a choke slam from the Undertaker.
Well, now there have been rumors about Shawn Michaels potentially making a comeback. Maybe for one more match. We don't know. I don't even think they're going to.
He's not going to do that. He stayed true to what he said. He's retired. He's done.
Then we have Sasha Banks and Bayley defeating Ember Moon and Dana Brooke.
Sasha Banks. Like, what were we talking about?
I just lost my train of thought.
Yeah, I lost my train of thought when you say Sasha Banks.
Yeah. Now after the match, Dana Brooke got frustrated with Titus Worldwide, and it may be looking like she may be done with them.
Of course but really it's just weird because they haven't had that many disagreements too much on television. This is like the second one, and it wasn't that big a thing.
Yeah,
they said she done. They're forcing something. I don't think that's gonna work.
Yeah. Then Bobby Lashley attended a meditation session with Jinder Mahal.
Okay, how many times did Bobby Lashley say "my man"?
It was funny, and
he kept they're trying to force this comedy with Bobby in the worst way. I don't know. It just comes off not natural.
Yeah, it's not natural.
I don't like it. I mean,
but,
I like it when Bobby is a monster. Like his TNA run, He was mowing down people.
When he was with that elite MMA thing, or was it with MVP and Kenny King?
Both with MVP and Kenny King, and even on his own, because when he was with MVP and them, he was just another guy. But when he was on his own, dominating, destroying
for sure.
Jeff Hardy, Bobby Roode. Bobby Roode, I don't think he wrestled Bobby Roode before he left.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Because they had 3 matches.
Okay. Yeah. And James Storm.
Yeah.
He tore through everybody, even Eddie Edwards.
Yeah.
But right now, I'm not feeling this whole comedy thing with Bobby.
Yeah.
I know it's WWE, but come on, you got this guy smiling. Bobby doesn't. He smiles sarcastically.
Yeah.
He's smiling, still doing it, but he's doing it more unnatural like.
Yes, it is unnatural.
It
was crashed by Kevin Owens. So apparently,
and we thought he left the company.
Well,
we know he wasn't gonna leave.
Yeah. Well, again, maybe this is a good storyline between him and Kurt Angle. Because Kurt Angle will probably come back and say, "What are you still doing here? You quit. Get out of my building." And then that'll probably set up a Kevin Owens versus Kurt Angle match.
And Kevin will attack. And we'll talk about the Kevin Owens reappearing later on in the show. We'll talk when we get to that point. He did reappear, people.
Yeah. Now there was supposed to be a match between Finn Balor and Baron Corbin, but that didn't happen. It ended up being
backed out of it.
Braun Strowman. Strowman defeated Finn. Now they were Ziggler, McIntyre, and Strowman were gonna imitate the Shield, but then the Shield they paid their bail. They came out in a paddy wagon. Wait, was it a paddy wagon or was it a?
Probably a paddy wagon.
Yeah, it was a paddy wagon. Then when they were walking on the ring, they were absolutely.
Kevin Owens jumped out and attacked him.
Jumped out and they leveled them.
And every heel in the locker room came out and just beat the crap. Even Drew Gulak came out.
I saw Drew Gulak there. I'm like,
what is he doing?
Isn't he on SmackDown? So
no, No, he's on 205 Live.
Well, yeah, 205 Live appears after SmackDown. So
what is he doing here? Why they just needed a guy in there? I think they don't have. I don't know how many heels they actually have, but that was ridiculous.
But that looked like almost every heel out there. Almost.
I mean, and what happened to most of the what happened to baby faces? They didn't come out at all. That's my only issue with stuff like that. You do things like that, and no one comes out and helps.
Yeah.
Like right now, you know there's 2 factions of the Bullet Club in New Japan, right?
Yeah.
The Tongas and the original OGs of the Bullet Club and Kenny Omega's group.
Yeah.
Every time that
the Elite, right?
Yeah, the Elite. Every time Kenny gets attacked or he gets attacked, it takes the other members of the Bullet Club a long time to come out because he's getting beat up by almost every member of the firing squad, or that's what I think they're called, the firing squad. Mm-hmm. But it takes a long time for members to come out. Adam Page and this other guy comes out. They're the only ones, no one else. But they come out, and it takes a while.
Yeah.
I don't know why it does that, but we had no baby faces coming out to help the Shield. We got the Shield decimated. And this is not looking good for Braun Strowman. This is making him look like a chicken, well, I can't say it, chicken heel.
You mean shh?
Yeah, we're trying to keep it a little bit PG. We're trying to not say a whole lot of it. We're trying to watch out.
I did break it up, so. All right, so go ahead.
Yeah, but it just Braun's supposed to be more dominant in this. He shouldn't be presented as this kind of heel. When he was a heel before, didn't need to use other people.
Yeah,
he could have done all that by himself, but he knows Roman. But it's smart. Roman's got his boys, so Braun had to get some other people.
Yeah, for sure. All right,
but I heard the dude I listened to, the Solo Monster, and I am going to use his name. I respect him. He said it would have been better to use the remaining members of the Wyatt family who don't have anybody. Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy's getting ready to retire. Bray has nobody. And Luke Harper's partner just got hurt. So bring them in to help Braun Strowman out if it's possible.
Yeah.
You'll have to find a way to get them on Raw, but it's possible some kind of way. You could have done that. But this is the direction it went in, and we'll see where it goes.
Yeah. All right, so overall for Raw, I thought it was pretty decent. You know the segments I thought were good. The matches were good.
Yes, and the last segment was excellent. It was. It showed the Shield in a vulnerable state.
Yes, it did. All right, let's head 24 hours later to SmackDown Live. We kicked off with Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella doing their usual. Are you getting tired of the whole Daniel Bryan calling Miz a coward thing?
Well,
I mean, it's a good storyline, no doubt about it, but I'm just kind of over him calling Miz a coward. I mean, I kind of want to see more said
Yeah, Brian saying that doesn't mean anything, but he does bring
Yeah.
up the fact that he's just Hollywood and everything. But
Yeah.
the people have been doing that for years with Miz.
Yeah.
And Miz don't care. You see Miz how he acts. Miz has been that way. He's been a heel that kind of heel forever.
Yeah.
He knows he's not that good in the ring. He doesn't care. He'll take shortcuts when he can. He's always done that.
Yeah.
Daniel is going to have to get really aggressive and do some harm to the Miz, like serious harm, because the Miz don't care. The Miz doesn't care what people think about him. He knows he's a coward.
Yeah.
He knows it. He doesn't care because he's trying to protect his image, so he doesn't his face, so he the moneymaker.
Yeah.
So he doesn't get it busted open.
True. So when they were come out and talk, and they were interviewed by Renee Young, they got interrupted by Andrade Cien Almas and Zelina Vega.
My future wife.
Sure.
Hush.
Dream on, buddy.
Hush.
Daniel Bryan.
It can happen.
Yeah, then it led into a match. Daniel Bryan defeated Andrade Cien Almas. Miz and Maurice came on the screen. They were at dinner. Apparently, Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella were going to go pay them a visit, but they ended up...
And they did show... Miz and Maurice showed up earlier on when no one else was there, calling them out, just playing around like they do. And they were... And when Bryan and Brie got there, they were going to call them out. They were at a restaurant. Then they went to go find them, and then they finally came to the show to try to call them out. They're playing games is what they're doing. And it got on Paige's nerves. We know what she did.
Yep. And then that put Miz in a match against anyone that she picked.
No, anyone that was willing to face him.
Yeah.
And who did it end up being?
R-Truth.
The truth shall set you free.
Which, again, look, these segments with Truth have been funny to me.
Honestly, I say it again. They portraying him as like somebody that has head injuries, like he's been concussed too many times, which is not a good thing.
Well, because R-Truth is now teaming up with Carmella in the mixed match challenge,
and he wanted to wrestle Carmella.
Yeah,
not that kind of wrestling, folks. Regular wrestling. I had to clarify it.
What, the mud wrestling?
No. People misinterpret things. Like he wanted to wrestle Carmella. Guys what can fly in their heads.
Chocolate pudding.
Stop it.
I'm just saying, that's what happened.
They can't do that in the WWE. They probably could have back in the day, but they can't do it now.
Well, yeah.
And Vince missed his shot with that pudding wrestling.
Yeah.
Anybody else that wanted to try that somewhere? Okay, we'll move on.
Naomi defeated Peyton Royce. This marked the return of Asuka.
They're not
came
ready
back.
for Asuka.
Now, this led to a match at Super Showdown. Asuka and Naomi are going to team up to take on the Iconics. AJ Styles. Now, Samoa Joe said last week that he was going to pay a visit to AJ Styles' house, but he ended up showing up on the show.
And lo and behold, so did AJ.
So did AJ.
And AJ tried
which led to a brawl.
And AJ tried to kill him with a chair.
Jeff Hardy and Randy Orton did their promos for their Hell in a Cell match. I'm very surprised this one's a Hell in a Cell match.
That AJ Styles in that.
I thought AJ Styles, Samoa Joe should have been Hell in a Cell. Daniel Bryan and Miz could have been a good Hell in a Cell match.
If they went that way with the bad blood between those two.
Yeah, I just don't understand how Hardy and Orton is in a Hell in a Cell.
More than any of them, the AJ Styles and Samoa Joe match is more personal.
Yeah.
Even more than Miz and Bryan, because that's just professional.
You have two TNA guys going at it, so
yeah, and they
for
have
the richest prize in the company.
Yes, that's so much history right there.
Rusev Day defeated the Usos and Sanity, so they will face the Bar next week to go to Hell in a Cell.
I noticed that they made Killian Dane wear a onesie. They stopped letting him walk out there with his bare chest.
Yeah,
I guess they thought. Well, I guess Vince McMahon thought, you know what? We can't have him showing all that hairy chest of his. Look how big he is. We're gonna cover him up in a onesie.
Then in the main event, R-Truth defeated the Miz, which was shocking.
I'm happy for Truth. He finally won a match,
which led to an attack from Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella, but then Almas and Vega came out,
and then they both got the label lock or the yes lock slapped on them.
The yes lock and the Brie lock. Remember that?
That's what they call it when Brie uses it.
Yep.
Oh.
So overall, pretty good SmackDown Live. I enjoyed it, top to bottom.
Pretty decent. Oh, we didn't talk about Charlotte and Becky's.
Charlotte and Becky's
little thing. I liked it.
I liked it too. I really like this direction that they're going with Becky.
But the thing is, they can't frame it like she's like the fans the fans turned on her, like she turns on the fans. They never have, and they know this. You can't do that because the fans have never actually turned on her.
Yeah.
It makes no sense. If they're not giving them any type of real reaction, and it's just like monotone and it's like 50-50 reaction, then you can say that. That's happened with heels in the past. Like they say you never supported me or anything, and you can say that when you're not getting when you have just like people, like maybe some people cheering and some people booing her, but she had overwhelming cheers. The fans were behind her 100%.
Mm-hmm.
You can't have her say, "You guys weren't supporting me at all."
Yeah.
And you were cheering Charlotte. No, it doesn't work like that because that's not what happened.
Yeah.
All it's going to do is, and I'm not sure, but I think the announce team stopped doing that.
Yeah.
I don't think they're framing. I don't know. I could be wrong. I have to check again this coming Tuesday. But I think they quit framing it as if she turned on the fans or anything. I think they might have quit doing that, which is smart. If you don't do that, you could have her almost like a female Stone Cold Steve Austin.
True.
Which the women's division needs. They need something like that. That'd be unique to them.
Yeah. All right, let's quickly jump into 205 Live. Greg Metalik defeated Tony Nese. Very good back and forth.
Oh yeah, great match.
Noam Dar defeated Brian Kelly. Then afterwards led to a heated confrontation with Lio Rush.
And this is what I'm starting to notice a pattern here. He did the same thing with Tozawa.
Yeah.
And he talked mess, only he hasn't been there long enough to talk that mess.
Yeah.
He's trying to get himself in into high profile matches with people that are established.
Yeah.
So he can build his own repertoire, build his own records or whatever.
Yeah, it's a record.
That's what he's trying to do. I can see that. That's what I started to think when I see him out there scouting Noam Dar. So I knew what he was trying to do.
Yeah. Then Cedric Alexander defeated TJP. Which go ahead.
They really got to work on his delivery when he's cutting promos. He still sounds like he's unbelievable.
Leo.
Yeah, you heard it in his voice. He's not nowhere near as good as he should be.
Yeah.
His voice is he's overly enthusiastic. That sounds ungenuine whatsoever. They got to fix that.
Yeah, they really did. Then in the main event, Cedric Alexander defeated TJP, which led to an attack by the gentleman Jack Gallagher and Drew Gulak.
I thought Brian Kendrick was going to join in.
Yeah, but I guess not.
It never really is Kendrick's along with them. It seems like it's a 2-on-1 most of the times. I could be wrong. I think there might have been a time where all three of them attacked him.
Yeah,
but I can't be too sure about it. Drake Maverick's sure been getting involved in that a lot more.
Yes,
normally you would have a friend of his come out to help the babyface, but the general managers have been coming out and like, hey, we can't have this.
Yeah. All right, now we jump into NXT, which I thought was it was interesting.
Yep.
Cassius Ohno defeated Connor Reeves. Do you like this new aggressive side out of
I kind of
Cassius
do,
Ohno?
but we kind of thought it was going to go to a heel turn, lead to a heel turn, but I guess not. I guess he's just going to be more aggressive.
Yeah.
But time will tell if he does become a heel. We still got time.
The Forgotten Sons defeated the
Gunner,
the Street Profits.
And Gunner is a member of them.
Yep.
Wait a minute. Isn't one of the Forgotten Sons like Buddy Murphy's old partner? Like Blake. I heard Blake, and I remember Buddy Murphy and Alexa Bliss was teamed up with a guy named Blake.
Yeah. Well, no, it was Buddy Murphy and Blake. What the hell was his name?
You want to look it up?
No, you can look it up because you got the phone on you. I think of. Do you think of the Street Profits as more of like a rundown or like a younger crime time?
I don't know for sure. I can't say that they are. I think that they're not like the Crime Time because they don't dress like Crime Time. They're like a more modern version of. They're more hyped up. The Crime Time guys, they stole and things. You don't see the Street Profits.
It was funny though. I actually enjoyed watching Crime Time. Kairi Sane defeated Trish Adora, which led to an attack from Shayna Baszler, who will be cashed in her rematch very, very soon.
Not a very good attack because it didn't go nowhere.
Yeah. The Velveteen Dream defeated Johnny Gargano, and then afterwards you saw Johnny walk into the audience and say, "I'm sorry," and he walked away.
Yeah.
So
Johnny he's becoming more defeated.
Yeah.
And is distraught. Oh, Wesley Blake. That's his name.
Wesley Blake. That's what it was.
I think that's what they said. It was Wesley Blake.
Yeah.
He is. I didn't know what happened to that guy.
Yeah.
I guess he's still a member. Let me see. I want to look this up.
They put him back in NXT.
I want to see if he's like. I want to see where he's at with this group. I want to see if that's the him that we were talking about. Because I think he is a member of the Forgotten Sons.
All right, now the Mae Young Classic began. Very, very excited. All very, very deep field.
Yep, he is a member of the Forgotten Sons.
Okay.
Well, that answers that question. Sorry, people. This
go.
bugged us. We had to get to this mystery.
We had to do our research because we don't want to give you
wrong information,
any falsified information, which I'm pretty sure you would do.
Not me. You got me mistaken with someone else.
Oh, really?
We fact checked over here.
Yeah.
We're like CNN. We fact check.
Well, I do 95% of the work. So, well,
I can't lie there. I can't.
Yeah, I saw you were coming with a comeback though.
But I can't lie to you, folks. I'm sorry, but I do play off of it very well.
Yes, you do. The Mae Young Classic started,
and I do give you little things and little nuggets because I do watch the match, so it's fresh in my mind.
There you go. The Mae Young Classic started. Very excited.
And I watched the first episode.
Very, very deep field.
And name out who was in the Mae Young Classic. The woman in the first match.
All right, in the first matches, Tegan Knox defeated Zatara.
Yes.
Yeah. Rhea Ripley defeated MJ Jenkins.
Rhea Ripley. She was previously in the last Mae Young Classic.
Yes,
she didn't make it.
Yeah.
But she got a new look, and she's more aggressive. And I think she's gonna go far in this one.
Yeah.
Maybe not too far, but far enough.
Lacey Lane defeated Vanessa Craven. And
Vanessa Craven looked like a monster. Lacey Lane reminded me of Amber Moon for a second.
Yeah.
She had that rap thing wrapped. I thought that might have been another influence of hers.
Yeah.
She said that she looked like she was trying to be like Amber Moon.
Yeah. And the final match, Miko Satomura defeated Killer Kelly.
And an interesting fact,
I think Satomura is going to go far in this tournament.
And an interesting fact, Miko Satomura, how you say it?
Miko. Or is it Miko or is it Miiko?
Miiko Satomura actually was in WCW a long time ago. She participated in WCW at one point.
So I thought the Mae Young Classic got out to a good start.
Having a remnants of WCW in the Mae Young Classic now.
Yeah, there you go. Very, very, very good opening rounds.
Oh yes, the matches
are good.
It's a far, far, far cry from what WWE used to do with women.
Yeah.
It is not pillow matches and 30-second matches anymore, folks.
Yeah.
It is serious.
You give them a chance, and look what happens.
TNA was already doing that. I hate that.
TNA was, but again,
I know WWE's bigger, but still.
They were saying give them a chance, even though the audience didn't really seem that into them, because again, you see more of the high flyers. You see it more fast paced when it comes with the men, but now when you see it with the women, now it's like, okay, I can dig this.
But the fact is, the women can wrestle. You had women come in, and Vince should have been doing it sooner. You had women. The fact is that he wasn't doing no more of those kind of matches, those bra and panty matches.
Yeah.
That was the only appeal back then. When you think about it, that's the only thing they had. That's why they could get away with those kind of matches. Well, because they were using them more as eye candy.
Well, again, that's what's going to bring in your 18 to 34 male audience.
And the reason why he could do those 30-minute matches is because no one really was paying attention to that. Most of the women at the time, during the Ruthless Aggression era and the Attitude era, were not actual wrestlers, except a few, like Ivory and Jacqueline and whoever.
Lita and Trish, which is possible, or Trish Stratus and Mickey James.
Yeah, who actually were wrestlers.
Who I think Lita, Trish Stratus, and Stratus Mickey James is two of the best women's rivalry storylines in WWE history. Then I think a close third could be Charlotte and Sasha Banks.
Yeah. But like I was saying, they could get away with those 30-second matches because back then they weren't concerned about them wrestling. They saw women in panties, women in fighting in gowns and things.
Yeah.
But now, since WWE stopped
posing
doing
in Playboy too.
Yes.
Because you had Sable, Tori Wilson, Christy Hemme
in China,
Candice Michelle even.
Yes.
So,
but by the time we got to the PG era where they couldn't do that no more, Vince couldn't think of anything to do.
Yeah.
He had lost the one thing he could do with the women, so he put them in 30-minute matches and lost his interest in them.
You mean 30-second?
30-second. Oh, I thought it was. What I'm saying, 30 minutes for 30-second.
I'll be like a 30. I'll be like 30-minute match. Ooh, that had to be a 4. That had to be a 4.5.
30-second matches. Yeah, 30-second matches. Sorry, folks. 30-second matches because he lost the one thing he could do with them.
Yeah.
Put them in those scandalous sex type storylines.
Type of storylines, yeah.
But now you have women like Paige, you have women like Sasha Banks, Charlotte, Becky Lynch, Bailey. They are actual wrestlers.
Alexa Bliss.
Yes, they actually can wrestle. They got ability.
Yeah.
You have to do more with them, and I'm glad he listened to the fans.
Yep. All right, so good week in WWE. Let's quickly go to Impact. Petey Williams defeated Rich Swann, who has seemed to have lost more of his hairline.
Yeah, I'm starting to get concerned about that.
Desi Hit Squad defeated Joe Hendry and Grotto.
The platonic friendship is destroyed because he got slapped. Grado. It's Grado.
Oh,
not
it's
Grotto.
Grado. Why do I
Good
think
Lord! What I told you to stop drinking.
Me stop drinking. You go 30-second to 30-minute.
Be quiet. That was an honest mistake. You always mess up this man's name.
You have a water bottle sitting there next to you.
It's water.
Do I have to smell it?
No, because this is definitely water. It's clear as day.
You do know that could be mistaken for vodka, rum,
no,
tequila.
Can't. Not at all. This is straight up water.
It doesn't have a label on it.
Water for the body, water for nourishment, water for the soul.
There's no label on it, so there has to be something.
I can check under this table and see if there's any bottles up under this table.
Ding, ding, ding. Oh, there it is.
I'm gonna get you some help. I'm gonna call an AA meeting.
Yeah, too many of them. Eli Drake put out an open challenge, and this guy named Stone Rockwell came out with a whip. Basically, it looked like Indiana Jones.
Basically, what the hell?
And basically, Eli Drake smacked him around and beat him in 30 seconds.
He did it last week to some other dudes. This is some gimmick type thing they're doing with him right now.
Tessa Blanchard, who is the new Knockouts champion.
Oh, my wife.
Defeated. Get your mind. Pull your
quiet.
eyes. Pull your eyes out of the back.
That is a beautiful
head.
woman. You better shut up.
Well, I also heard Eve Torres had a second child, so congratulations to her.
Why are you still stalking that woman?
So you can bring up other women on this
I'm
cast.
not stalking them.
How am I stalking them?
Don't sit there and tell that. You know what you've been doing. I know you. You were obsessed over Eve Torres.
Because she's a beautiful woman.
And you wanted to marry her yourself, but you have to fight her husband, who's a Gracie, and you will get hurt.
That's why I accepted it.
Yeah. If you had a way to fight him, you would. You wouldn't just accept it.
Well, she defeated Su Yung to retain the Knockouts championship.
And if Su Yung started just ripping her dress off in the middle of the match to wrestle, or is that something that she's doing now? Because I noticed this is the third time she's done in a match.
Looks. I don't know. Maybe it's a new storyline. The undead bridesmaids. You know.
Yeah, we've seen them.
Which looks like basically something out of The Purge.
And they started that new TV series, that 10-episode
I am starting to watch it.
I can't get into it.
It's slow. So
I
it's very slow.
Like I said, like we talked about, that would never happen in reality. That would not end well for nobody.
Yeah. And then in the main event, OVE defeated Zach Wentz, Trey Miguel, and Ace Austin.
Who the hell? Nobody's. I don't know.
Yeah, nobody's. Then all right, and now let's jump to Lucha Underground. We started
Your favorite
off
show and mine.
Yep. We started off with Melissa Santos
kicking some ass
and Katrina Brawled.
That was very, very good. That was a good fight.
Yeah. Now Katrina said she was done with Mil Muertes.
And she never loved him. She
loved Phoenix instead. Now when Santos and Katrina were brawling, Katrina fell to her death after Mil Muertes
grabbed her
let
hand.
her go, grabbed the rock and said, "Remember me this," falls off. Now, while that was going on, Aerostar took Melissa Santos' half, the other half of the amulet, and Katrina's soul.
No, yes, the Aerostar, yes, and went back in time.
Went back in time to get Phoenix, bring him to the present.
But he displaced him now because we know how the whole time travel works in television. He's displaced out of time because he's dead in the present, but he brought him back before then. Mm-hmm. And I think something's going to happen because he didn't look the same. Yeah. He looked disoriented and very out of place.
Joey Mercury made his debut in Lucha Underground. He was destroyed by Matanza in a sacrifice to the gods match.
Is he done with WWE or something? Is he gone?
Apparently so. So, Killshot defeated Big Bad Steve, Son of Havoc.
Killshot is dressing in his tactical gear, and he was in the crowd.
Yeah, Son of Havoc was in the crowd, and
they finally brawled.
They brawled, but Son of Havoc stole
his
Killshot's mask.
Yes, that's going to be interesting.
Pentagon Dark put out an open challenge for the Lucha Underground Championship. Hernandez took it.
Yep. And, man, he's on both shows. Well, that relationship, they can do that.
Yep. Pentagon Dark won, but was attacked by King Cuerno after the match. So, very, very good Lucha Underground.
Speaking of which, we forgot to mention that there was a summit between the old LAX and the new LAX over the apparent, they didn't kill the kid, but apparent injuring of a child.
Yeah. Because
beforehand, we never talked about this, the OGs tried to run down Cohan, but end up running over a little kid named Richie.
Yeah.
So they ended up having a summit by, I guess, the elders of their little organization or whatnot to finally try to settle this issue.
Yeah.
Boy, they sure did. I'm gonna talk about this right now. Boy, that segment sure was weird because right after that whole thing, like beforehand when the kid got ran over, they went off and just went and said the show must go on.
Yep.
They did not care that a child just got ran over on TV.
Yeah.
I know it's wrestling, but man, when you have a serious segment like that, you gotta segue into that in the right way.
Yeah.
But back to what you were saying.
Yeah. So very, very good Lucha Underground.
Oh yes, I'm really like now. I don't think this is the last we've seen of Katrina.
Nope.
Katrina is
she's
a demon.
Happen with her. Yeah.
Katrina is 1,000 years old or something.
Yeah,
she's
something
immortal
is going to happen with
She's coming
Katrina.
back.
All right, shall we do the countdown?
Yes.
All right, this week's countdown is brought to you by thesportster.com. They got every article you can think of, sports, wrestling, MMA, you name it, thesportster.com. Check them out online. Now, as you know, we are coming up on Survivor Series, which will be in November. That is the last of the big four in the academic year. No, academic year, geez, what am I doing? Of the calendar year, excuse me. So here are 20 things that could potentially happen by Survivor Series. Are you ready for them?
Sure.
The first one, and you talked about this earlier on the Monday Night Raw segment, the return of the Wyatt family.
Yes.
It could happen because we know Matt Hardy's rumored to be retired, so now Bray Wyatt doesn't have any direction. Eric Rowan
is injured.
Looks like he's going to be out for a while. So now Luke Harper's out of a storyline. You could get Braun Strowman to come back. You could have the return of the Wyatt family.
Yeah.
Number 2, Samoa Joe wins the WWE Championship.
Possibility.
Which is a possibility. I could see him winning it at Hell in a Cell.
Yeah.
Which sets something up for Survivor Series pretty much, or they could wait until December, until after Survivor Series. Number 3, the 4 horsewomen of MMA on Monday Night Raw.
Possibly.
It is possible. But again, you only have 2 and 2 on Raw and SmackDown. You have Sasha and Bayley on Raw, Charlotte and Becky on SmackDown.
Yeah.
So now that match has been rumored for Survivor Series.
The cross promotionals of the WWE, the cross pay-per-views would allow for those kind of things.
Yeah.
You can have things where they sneak on both shows and mess with each other. Special occasions where they could be on both shows.
Yeah. Number 4, Triple H retiring The Undertaker.
Triple H retiring The Undertaker.
Do you think that could happen by Survivor Series? Well, because there was supposed to be a rumored match between Cena and The Undertaker in an actual match, not like the one at WrestleMania at Survivor Series.
But wasn't it supposed to happen where Roman Reigns was supposedly the one that retired The Undertaker?
Apparently so, and then he wasn't seen.
I don't see. We're not getting clarification on that.
Maybe it was a tease. I don't know. So, number 5, Brock Lesnar returning.
Probably.
Well, it may possibly happen. Being with his run in MMA, I think he's gonna fight Daniel Cormier.
That's the word.
Yeah.
That's probably the only fight he's going to have. He's not
Yeah.
really into trying to do a whole bunch of other extra crap.
Number 6, a double turn with Charlotte Flair and Becky Lynch. Means Charlotte going heel, Becky going face.
They can go that direction,
They can
or
go
they
that-
can keep Becky the way she is.
I would like for them to keep Becky the way she is
Yeah.
because she's now getting so over now.
Because Austin was a tweener and he fought heels
Yeah.
and baby faces and beat the crap out of both of them.
Yeah. Number 7, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre splitting up.
Possibility. I see McIntyre turning on Ziggler. So he says, "You've been holding me back. I'm better than you. I don't need you anymore." And moving on.
Yep. Number 8, Rusev turning babyface.
Rusev, isn't he kind of a babyface right now?
He's kind of a tweener. Why? Because I mean, his Rusev Day chant is over.
Tremendously.
He is over with the WWE universe.
Go turn him babyface.
Yeah.
Sell some merch.
Number 9, the Authors of Pain winning the Raw Tag Team titles.
I can see that.
I can see that happening.
That might be what helps them.
Plus now
Because
now
sometimes
that,
they put those titles on somebody. They put a title on somebody to elevate them.
Yeah.
It helps them out.
It helps their stock. Well, plus too, Drake Maverick now is their manager. He's the 205 Live general manager. So that could potentially happen. Number 10, Stephanie McMahon debuting a new Evolution stable. So, because, I mean, especially, having Evolution with the women. So you can get women like maybe Ember Moon
To join,
Nia Jax. So
Alexa Bliss.
Yeah. Number 11, Sasha Banks and Bayley to have a proper feud.
Possibility. And I heard this on a podcast. They mentioned this. Maybe the reason why they went in the direction they did with Sasha and Bayley is because what Charlotte and Becky was doing.
Yeah.
That thing with Charlotte with Becky snapping, mirroring what Bayley did, but it's working for Charlotte and Becky. Why do it for Sasha and Bayley?
Well, and again, you saw how over Bayley was when she basically unleashed on Sasha Banks. I mean, they were like, about damn time we saw that side of her.
Oh, yeah. And we should have got more of it.
Yeah, now, the rumor has been that Sasha Banks will be turning heel, which we should be expecting soon because she is better as a heel.
Yeah, Sasha's the better heel. She has the attitude for it.
Number 12, the Velveteen Dream getting called up to the main roster.
Well, he had the tights telling Vince as such.
Do you think he needs to win a championship in NXT? Or do you think he's better without it?
I think he deserves to win a championship. He's probably better without it, but most of the people most of them have had championships before they got called up.
Well, Ty Dillinger never won a championship.
But look what happened
in NXT.
to him.
Yeah.
But Velveteen Dream does have a lot of charisma, and he's good on the mic, so he can get by.
Yeah.
Just with that alone.
Number 13, Renee Young getting a permanent main roster commentary role.
I can see it.
I do see this happening.
He ain't the same.
Yeah. Number 14, Lio Rush winning the Cruiserweight Championship.
Yes, I do kind of see that one day.
Now, do you see it happening by Survivor Series, or do you see it happening later on?
Probably later on.
Yeah, I would say later on because, again, you got to build them up first. Number 15, Natalya splitting from Ronda Rousey. Those two having a feud.
Yes, that's a possibility. I think I see that happening because I think I kind of am starting to see Natalya maybe being a little resentful towards Ronda, getting all the attention and everything.
Yeah. Number 16, Sami Zayn returning in a non-wrestling role because he did have surgery and he is out for the remainder of the year. So he could be coming back in a non-wrestling role. Maybe as a manager, maybe in some other kind of role.
Manager to Kevin Owens, maybe, probably, or just there as a support.
Yeah. The Usos, now you're going to make me yawn.
Sorry, it's been a long day.
I guess, so is this podcast boring now?
This has never been a boring podcast.
Well, you just yawned, so.
Well, I had to work this morning, really early.
Making excuses.
That's not an excuse. That's a fact.
Which, if you guys have not seen, there is a video leaking out of him doing the what kind of a dance is that?
Be quiet. You don't need to know what it is. It's something I made up.
Was that like a jiggy move or something?
Shut up. It wasn't that.
It was a jiggy move.
Be quiet. You're a jiggy move.
How am I a jiggy move?
Because you are.
Number 17, the Usos moving to Monday Night Raw.
I kind of, but they feel like they work better. Well, they've been wrestled everybody they could on SmackDown, so
yeah,
you got to do something new with them. There's other tag teams. They haven't wrestled a Revival, I don't think.
No. Number 18, the WWE finding an answer to All In. Because, like we mentioned earlier, good luck. To me, good luck with that.
Yeah, because what do you think WrestleMania was supposed to be? That's the answer to everything.
Well, because All In, as we mentioned earlier, was the biggest non-WWE show in history.
And I love it.
I did.
Because
very good matches.
The thing is, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sick and tired of the crap with WWE where they just phone it in every time they do something. They don't have viable competition. They phone in almost every freaking thing they do. If you have things like this going on, that's gonna make Vince wake his ass up and say, "Hey, we better get to work. We really got to do something."
Yeah.
Because they were at their high. They were at their apex during the Monday Night Wars because of that competition with WCW.
Yeah.
They were doing things they never done before.
Now, do you think
the Monday Night Wars bred
WWE,
DX.
Yeah, because WWE was at a peak too during the Ruthless Aggression era.
Oh yeah.
But also I mean, TNA kind of had they had a little bit of a run. Now they're going downhill.
Well, they're kind of
Well, they're on their way up, but they weren't at the point to where they were.
Yeah.
Because again, they had AJ Styles, Samoa Joe, Bobby Roode, James Storm, Hulk Hogan, Sting, Christopher Daniels, Frankie Kazarian. You had
Jay Lethal.
You had Immortal. You had Fortune
4.
You had Eric Young.
Yes, you had a lot of people.
You had a lot of depth there, and now all of them are in WWE or in Ring of Honor.
But they're slowly building their own people.
Yeah. Number 19, Maria Kanellis getting back into the ring. Because she did suffer an injury and she just had a child.
Suffer an injury.
Well, I think she not only did she suffer an injury, but she did have, she and Mike Kanellis had their first child together. So
wait a minute, Mike Kanellis, he was out there when they attacked the Shield.
Yes, he was.
Good Lord, them people have not been used properly one bit.
All right, and the last one, and we ended up talking about this, Bobby Roode turning heel.
Possibility.
It's a possibility, but I think for me, in order to turn Bobby Roode heel, if it's going to work, you have to give him new theme music.
Yeah, that's the only way that works.
Yeah, because other than that, it's never going to work. Because again, his theme music is now very popular. It's been used at NHL games. So it's going to be really, really difficult to turn him heel if he has that theme music.
Yeah, because it is a babyface sounding theme.
Yeah.
But it worked in NXT. He was able to be a heel with it.
Yeah. All right, guys. I got nothing else left on the list. Do you have any last minute stuff you want to get off your chest?
No, I mean
any lady wolves you want to howl at? Just saying.
Just your girl Lee Torres. Oops, did I say that?
Uh-huh. Because you are the wolf.
That sting, didn't it?
But good.
That stung.
Good pun.
Yeah. Well, people, I guess we're done here.
Are we done?
Yeah, I think we're done.
You didn't have any other rants you wanted to go on?
No, I think I got all of it. I have nothing else to say. I was gonna have something to say, but
because I can start to see all the hair coming out of your face because you are slightly turning into a wolf right now.
What about the top of your head? What's your excuse?
Is there any hair on my head?
Well, we can always do something about that.
Well,
shave it bald like Sami Callihan.
Well, compared to your head, so.
Hey, don't talk about my head. My head is fine.
Mm. Oh, by the way, I never got to ask yet. Wolfmatch.com. That did work out well, right?
I never got to ask you. What about all that TP? All them 2-ply you've been stealing. TP Charmin.
You mean the toilet paper?
Yes.
I've been donating it.
No, you haven't. You've been hoarding it.
How am I hoarding it?
Because you're a hoarder.
Yeah, whatever. All right, guys, that just about wraps it up here. Check us out online where podcasts are available. We will see you next week with more headlines and more wrestling news. Take care. We'll see you next week.